Hi friends, Renee Keys here with Carolina Creative. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here with more card making ideas for you. Today I'm back to working with the Season of Green and Gold Suite, but in a non-traditional Christmas way. So I'm going to show you something different to do with the card that won't be Christmas related. I'm starting with, as a base, the beautiful gold foiled leaf pattern here. And so this is my base. And then I had a bunch of die cuts. When I cut out of the vellum, these gorgeous vellum papers, I don't just do one or two. I mean, I'll do a whole row. You can see how I've zigzagged here, and then I will die cut all those pieces. So I've always got extra pieces sitting here. So I'm going to use some of those. And then not only do I have extra vellum die cuts, but I have some green boughs that are also die cut. So I'm going to use those on my card with that pretty gold background. And this could easily be a birthday card. I'm actually focusing on a wedding card today, but just to show you that this greenery and that pretty gold background can do a lot. So let me flip the camera down here to my work area. So now you see I've got this, it's either, I think it's an Old Pear Pizzazz, but it's one of the pale greens. And then I'm going to put my gold on top of that. And I just wanted that pale green to help counterbalance some of the gold, but to call attention to the rest of the greenery. So I'm going to kind of make a spray here coming out of the middle of the card with all this greenery. And then also out of the, so I used golden greenery to get a lot of these stamps, dies, paper, and then out of the greetings of the season, I'm using again one of the tags. So I've already die cut. My card base is very vanilla, so I've matched my tag here, which is going to have my sentiment, to the card base. So I've got that ready to go. Now I had gone hunting for something that was, you know, a best wishes or something that could be wedding related, and I did find one in an old retired set. So this is an opportunity for you to go through some of your older stamps and see what can be used again. You know, I know a lot of us hold on to stamps, and especially if some of these have nice sentiments, I will hold on to them. So this is wishing you a happily ever after, which, you know, very nice wedding message. Could even be an anniversary for that matter. And then I stamped another one just for fun, so I'll show you what it would look like if we did it with a happy birthday sentiment. So inside the card, I'm going to, let me slide this off because I'm not ready to assemble yet. Inside the card, again, I went hunting. If some of you have been using Stampin' Up! Products for a while, you may remember the Forever Fern. This is retired. But again, a lovely sentiment here, love and laughter forever after. And so I wanted to put that on the inside of my card. So I'm going to stamp that up, ink it up, put it in here, and that's a little bit light for my taste, but I think I can make it work. The other thing I might do is out of that same fern set, just because it's a smaller scale, and I've now got my soft sea foam, so I want a really pale color here. And I'm just going to stamp a few little leaves here and here, just to give it a little interest on the inside of the card. Okay. So now I'm ready to start assembling. I'm going to start with my first layer. Let me get the ink out of the way just so I don't bump it. I'm going to start assembling. And first I'm going to use Stampin' Seal on my, I call this my frame layer, but it's, you know, layer 1, because this is going to frame the designer paper. So let's put that down first. I'm now going to add my gold foil designer paper. This is pretty too, with a lot of different greenery or gold. If you die cut things in gold, that would be beautiful. For example, if I had die cut this in gold, it would be stunning on the green background, but I'm going this way. I wanted the gold to be the star here on the front. Okay. So now I'm going to take my biggest piece first and put this on the bottom. It's almost like flower arranging, but put this on the bottom, and then I'm going to layer my other greenery on top. So I'm going to dot glue on the ends of all these little leaves because I don't want them popping up. you know, that something could catch on it and pull that up. So I want to make sure I've got that. I'm not too worried about the bottom of the stem. It's going to be covered and have so much stuff over it that it can't. I did not want to do that. But we've all done it before. Luckily, I'm going to have a lot of stuff on top of here, so you'll never see where there might be a glue dot. Dab my fingers over here. Okay, so that's piece number one. I'm now going to add, I think, a green spray here. I cut out, these leaves kind of match up with this on the background paper. So I'm just adding a little bit of color and a little bit of texture with some of these die cuts to mix it up just a little bit. And there's that spray. It's going to be a big spray when I'm done with this, or a big bouquet if you want to call it a bouquet. I'm trying to put this glue down behind where I know there's an image. Sometimes with the vellum, because it's so clear, it will show through. So I always try to put it where there's something darker. My tip for today. And again, that's going to be held down, so I'm not worried about that. Let's go with, I guess I'll do my greenery on opposite sides. And a couple of these didn't quite punch out all the way. So let me see. Yep, there we go. I can remove those. All right. So now, same thing. I'm just going to dot some glue on here, try to get some of these tips. These are a little smaller. I think these won't pull up quite as easily. So put that back down. Make that spray go out that way. And I have one more piece, another vellum piece here. So I'm going to counterbalance this. I'm kind of trying to make sure that it's evenly weighted, so it's not lopsided on one side or the other. And then put that in there too. Okay. And now you could put your tag straight across. You could put it at an angle. Of course, there's a lot of different ways that you can assemble this. And I think I don't want mine straight. I think I'm going to do it a little bit of an angle here. And then I need to keep pushing these down because I have so many layers to make sure. And I see this is sticking out. So the simple thing, if I don't want it to show, is just snip it off. I am going to use dimensionals behind this because I want to pop this off the back of the card. I want to make it stand up. So I'm using some of these spare pieces. Couple more. I usually need 5 or 6 on something of this size. Let's put one in the middle. All right. And then that's still wanting to pop up too. I may add some drops of glue behind that before I'm done. Okay. So remove that. And this is just going to go across the middle like that. So I've got greenery coming out the top, out the bottom, and I'll flip this around in just a minute. Now I went looking for vanilla bow. Debating if I wanted to use the big satin bow that comes with this season of green and gold sweet, and it's just too big for me for this scale card. I mean, it would just overwhelm it. So I did pull this out, and it's kind of delicate, and so I liked this better, but satin would have been beautiful on here. Anything with gold trim would have also been beautiful on here. So that's just to give you some ideas for, you know, how you can customize this and make it your own. Okay, let's put that on there. And so I'm still going to put just a tiny dot to make sure that that stays down. I may have to hold it for a few seconds. And this one's wanting to pop up too. I mean, it's okay if they curl up a little bit. You know, it's paper. It's going to do its own thing, but I just wanted to make sure that it's not standing up too much. Okay, so I have now made a pretty simple card. Let me flip the camera up here. I had some die cuts and layered them on top of the pretty gold paper. I've added a bow. I have a sentiment on the inside, but just to show you, this could say happy anniversary. This could say happy birthday. Now I stamped this in the soft seafoam, so it's a much paler green. So again, it's just very, very subtle. But I think it's pretty. I think this is a lovely card. It could be anniversary, it could be birthday. So I'm using what was initially kind of marketed as Christmas season of green and gold. There's a lot you can do with this. So thanks for following today. If you like the products and projects you've seen here, you can find me at Carolina Creative or hashtag Carolina Creative. And I am on the Stampin' Up! Network. It's Renee Keese at StampinUp.net. Stay tuned for the next video.